Pushing and shoving at weigh-ins for combat sports is nothing new, but I've never seen anyone get pepper sprayed at a weigh-in before. But now my question, on top of, was that even real pepper spray? Because at first, I wasn't convinced. I'll get more into that later. That's technically assault, so is using pepper spray on them considered self-defense? And then I wondered, what the hell was it that Charleston White had? And it was this. He had this thing, this contraption. I'm gonna test this out because Charleston White makes a good case for this particular type of pepper spray. If you want Cliff's Notes of what I'm even talking about, Charleston White was set to have a boxing match, allegedly, with some guy named Swade the Plug God, or Swade the God Plug. It's one of those things. For this event called Crossover Clash. Nothing much came out of it, and this fight definitely never happened after the pepper spray thing. But I don't think it was ever gonna happen. Now I know what you're thinking, Mike, this isn't the right thing. The thing Charleston White had was gray, and this thing that you've got is black. It's really strange. Amazon said that they couldn't ship me the gray one. They couldn't ship it to my address, but they could ship the black one. Sometimes you run into that. I'll put a link down in the description below if you want to check this thing out. It's actually pretty cheap, and when it comes to self-defense for joggers and walkers and things like that, having something already in your hand is not a bad move because you can't carry a really heavy weapon around your waistband. Now had already whipped this guy with the handle of a giant switchblade and put a hole in his head. I'm not gonna post that on YouTube. I do uncensored breakdowns of things on Patreon if you wanna check that out. I still think this is all a work though, for two reasons. One, because this is another run-in that these two guys had.
What's up with it? What's up with it? What's up with it? Boom, what we coming to you? So you reacted too late. You reacted too slow, baby. Yeah. Ah, you can't get back. You can't get.
That's two dudes horseplaying in a pool. The second reason I think, I don't know, that maybe Charleston White never intended to fight anybody and he was just doing what he had to do to draw attention to himself to get promised a payday. And you might be thinking like, Mike, that's a pretty big stretch that you accuse a guy of doing that. Like, maybe you don't remember who Charleston White is. He's this guy.
I sue every job I get. I'm gonna go complain about safety violations. I know some supervisor go get mad about me complaining and start retaliating against me. And then I'm gonna make them pay me $10,000 for retaliation. I get them every time.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly reasonable to believe that Charleston White did all this on purpose, and I think that once he's done and he gets paid, he'll tell you to your face that he did it on purpose.
If you want to box, let's box, but don't go to pushing on me in front of no crowd of people.
But I was looking at his live stream, I thought, well, I don't know if that's real pepper spray because the crowd didn't react. Like, normally when you spray pepper spray indoors like that around people.
And I keep telling y'all, I got the kind of mace where it only go where you tell it to go.
I ordered 2 of them because Charleston White had 2 of them, and he seems to be like a pretty hard to hurt dude. I want to test these out and see how accurate they really are. Like how much of it is design and how much of it is just, man, how good is Charleston White with pepper spray? Which apparently he's pepper sprayed quite a few people, so maybe he has lots of practice. But he put 1 squirt right on target and no one else reacted. Normally a room like that would clear out. I want to see like how concentrated it is, what the stream looks like. I will say that that's kind of neat. I've recommended in the past, I've recommended a couple things for runners. The problem with running is if you put weapons in your waistband, they jostle around. So if you carry a big pistol or a big heavy knife, in the past I've advocated like an aluminum dagger. A, because the sweat won't rust, but B, because it's lightweight and I can just carry this in my hand. Or at night, like a good flashlight that has like a blinding capability and use as an impact weapon. This little sleeve could be used for anything else. That's actually kind of convenient. That's pretty cool. It's got this kind of safety. I like the little flip top ones you stick the thing in up under. This is not gonna be super scientific. Super scientific is not what we do here. We do the experiential reviews of self-defense weapons. If you wanna know what pepper spray looks like when it gets in your eyes, this is Suede.
Gotta let it goddamn burn. I already know.
I'm gonna spray it, Maddox. You stay back there. It's not too windy. I wanna spray it first. I wanna see what the spray looks like. Just what a regular shot from it looks like. Oh yeah, that's a good accurate stream. Maddox, come in a little tighter. Look at the stream on this, just the one. That's a nice sized and thickness. That's a nice. Oh, spray that on him, and then. Could I get away with that? I saw some in the air. I'm kind of downwind of it a little bit. What does secondhand feel like off of this guy? That's what I want to know. Because secondhand off of it, not too bad. I mean, I can detect it. There we go. There's some wind. Like you've seen before, we would be cleared out. So the secondhand on this isn't that bad.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all.
It did the trick on Suede. It worked on him like a charm and got nobody else. So I wonder if that's not now a selling point. And this is me trying pretty hard to catch some secondhand. But I think the fact that it's mostly a liquid, like we've got a good liquid component of that, and then we're out. Yeah, at the end, yeah. Up, there it went. Back up, son. Sorry. So, we got some questions answered. The healthy stream that you get at the beginning of this can, you good?
Yeah.
Man up, son.
Yeah, I'm good.
The beginning healthy streams from this had a minimal secondary effect. But now, once that thing kicked that little last bit, that put more particles in the air rather than, God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with it. So, it gets the Charleston White seal of approval, which is meaningful. Now it gets the hard to hurt seal of approval. But that was like the easiest review that we ever did, because Charleston White did a lot of the work for us. Shout out to Charleston White. But that's my short list of recommendations. Pepper spray, flashlight, aluminum dagger. But now we have this new carry method, which I don't hate. It's a little corny. That's why people sometimes laugh when I say just carry this. If they're up on you close enough to see what you're carrying and have an opinion about it, they're too close to you for too long. So I think like in-hand carry for self-defense when you're out hiking or running or walking the dog, I think is a great way to carry. And I think that this is actually a legitimate way to do it. And I think that this pepper spray gets passing marks up. I guess the only other question that we could answer is like, is it self-defense? Like if someone shoves you at a weigh-in, that's technically assault. So I guess pepper spray technically be self-defense. I don't think that's why he did it. And if he was truly concerned about defending himself, he could have just walked away. But I still think it was like a work and that Suede is in on it. I think this is just like a New Jack kind of work where Charleston White is just willing to go. Like Suede was probably down with like, hey, let's chop it up. Let's push and shove each other and get some attention on this thing. But I don't think he meant to get his head split open or to get pepper sprayed. I'm sure he would have not agreed to that. But I think he was complicit in helping build up this fight. But I don't think the fight was ever going to happen. And suspiciously, I don't know if this is even a legit promotion because, like, if you search for it, you can't find much. There's more talk about this pepper spray thing than any of the fights or anything like that was on the card. So I don't really know what was going on with the crossover clash. But this thing's legit.